because if there are errors would happen in the game, if Rodney was around when the CAF champion Premier the CAF finals been played, Uswofu decision will not be happening at that finals day
between Morocco and Senegal.
Between Morocco and Senegal. Senegal walked out of the field, then therefore come back. At the end of the day, they continue the game. We will see the things that will happen during that finals day. So if you say that was the most unfortunate of in 40 years, of course that is his opinion. And then there's also the England at the biggest stage in the world in 2010. It was England and Germany. Frank Lampard scored goal. We go inside the net.
Of course.
It was very much it not been debated himself. It was a goal. But the referee look at this allow. He said not a goal. What's happened? England they had lost 2-1. That was it. And then now that goal and bring the point where they bring that goal line technology.
Of course.
So if at the biggest stage, the referee is a blunder, it come back to a point. Now, this World Cup they play so they have everything. In fact, the ball they play now electronic football. Everything has been very much how they call it, modernized, or I don't know how to call it, electronically connected. Like I can put it that way. But they get errors. The Ghana and England game was just one. The coach for Ghana he said the referee the VAR be on a coffee. So on the coffee tip, something like that.
Yeah.
Because Ghana gets a penalty, no award them. I mentioned back also Algeria and Jordan game. It took up to 2 minutes for me to decide a goal. It took over 2 minutes. But these are just part of the controversy. So when they watch them, the errors they happen at the stage where nothing over controversy not for happen. So disagreement for day in the game. Okay. But everybody can get your opinion as he feel. But to me, I think at times we need to take certain conversation honestly, and because irrespective of the fact that everybody is contributing to the game, and there's also the belief that we take the conversation honestly, take them to the boardrooms. These are things we only see them. And the world me as somebody who also one of the most respected football stakeholders with over 40 years experience. And he is also a member of the African Club Association.
Of course, yes.
And we see what happened. One thing when they happen at that finals, the way I think like he quite uncalled for me was the referee blow came over. Yeah. Whatever way opinion we all about whether the game done or not done, but it blow game over.
Okay.
That was the stance. Now, if there was any way, the club will get a point for this for
take action.
Take the medal and go take action. This was it. Not tell me saying that the player they walk off. No,
okay.
It means there was lack of leadership in the aspect of Mighty Blackpool, because due diligence now was accept the medals and then take your actions. But they walked off either because the coach not been take leadership or because management been take leadership. And in the instance of Senegal in the finals, when they walk off, the captain when outside the money, we go and talk to the players. They came back for can play. After that, because Morocco will take the stance for reports to CAF.
Okay. By that only day shortly, the words from the chairman when I was the Michael, he say he call the World Football Governing Body FIFA for them and launch an urgent investigation into the refereeing or the referee Suleiman Kamara following a controversial officiating during the recent concluded FA Cup final. In a scattered or shattered social media post, Michael condemned the referee or the referee's performance, labeling it the worst officiating he has witnessed in 40 years. Mighty Blackpool narrowly lost the championship match to their arch-rival Eastern Lions by a single goal. However, Michael strongly argued that the defeat was entirely manufactured by poor refereeing decision, highlighting a disallowed equalizing goal called for offside, which video footage suggests should have stood the chairman asserted that the highly changed atmosphere almost triggered a full-scale stadium riot, stating it was only avoided because of his personal intervention to calm frustrated players and fans. In a stark act of defiance against the match outcome, Mighty Blackpool players boycotted the post-game medal ceremony and rejected the runner-up cash prize of 100 million. Chairman Michael robustly defended the team's boycott, stating the decision was a justified protest against the compromising integrity of the match. The Sierra Leone Football Association, SLFA, has not yet issued an official response regarding the incident of the club administrative boycotts. That now, I think, few words of, Oni Michael and other things will happen around. But the question still remains, where are we heading in terms of, integrity, in terms of, good officiating, and possibly waiting with expect?
First, to my opinion, I think for be very honest with waiting there upon, and this is not America, this is not England, where everything there. And even the countries, the Premier League in England, Roddy was fined because he make referee comments against the referee. Certain referee's decision will go against Manchester City. He was fined, you understand? So it means a devoid of everything we get. The referees and salon get just one's view. I am not defending the referees, but at some point, if you feel disagreed, you get the legal honor for able to protest to certain things that really happen when you feel unfortunate. Yeah. Okay. So in the point, we will take the league as a very every other setting, whether it is the FA Cup or the Premier League in this country, as a professional business. Also just say when people they go put emotions or put emotions into the game. Okay. So this is one thing we would expect. And for this point in time, like I say, the referees were FIFA badged, and I consider say they will get the utmost expectation for deliver on the basis that they're a FIFA badge referee. No. Of course, the game be marred with a lot of controversies. Sure. But you can disagree. Wow. You have to watch a review. You know waiting if a report part of Daniel and bring them back to the committees where responsible. Sure. And then watch on with their conscience. When you're not doing appropriately, you can take the next line of action. This is very simple. So let me know the world with football as if an act of emotions where sometimes because you not favor we think saying so we focal. Okay, by Santigila holiday, the ASPA, we are the Apple School Sports Promoters Association, they don't release the fixtures for the 10th edition of the entire Community League. Today, na the Apple School playing field. Of course, we all know how ASPA themselves don't they do so well when it comes to entire football competition na this Freetown municipality or the country as a whole. But moving away, yesterday we see the NSA, the Parliamentary Committee on Sports don't summon NSA and the Ministry of Sports for status reports on the National Stadium in rehabilitation. You know, the Parliamentary Committee for Sports, we chaired by Honorable Rachel Mayatu Sise Pesima. Yesterday, June 23rd, 2026, then we don't summon the leadership of the National Sports Authority and the Ministry of Sports for let them provide status reports on the long-awaiting rehabilitation of the National Stadium where the Chinese then be done the work over the years. The chairperson, Honorable Rachel Mayatu Sise Pesima, he be welcome the representative from NSA and the Ministry of Sports where he be formally congratulated the the executive director of NSA, and he be underscore the importance of peace and collaboration between the NSA and that of the ministry. The purpose of that particular sermon or meeting day na be exercise who and we look at the oversight of the current status of the National Stadium. Usai Honorable Pesima, he be remind and he be happy for witness again say the stadium
the national stadium where, for so long don't they on rehabilitation, into major international games, then don't come to an hold or don't they into hold because of current, rehabilitation. Also, the committee then be stressed back, say, the procurement, related action for the stadium renovation, including grants, then for comply with the National Public Procurement Authority Act. Also, members then be emphasize the urgency in which, the public they expect completion of this particular project. The Director of Sports, the Ministry of Sports, winner, Harun Mustafa Koji himself be commend the committee for the convey inside the meeting. Also, himself be expressing appreciation for the early mediation for lead and foster unity between NSA and SLFA and the ministry. Then again, the Deputy Executive Director of NSA, Dr. Abdurrahman Soare, himself, be say a few words with regards to the renovation. We say it only go on for some time now. Outside the Chinese contractor with the NSC, then they will provide an oversight. Then on they try for look into some of the major things them for let them bring the stadium into the completion. With this by Santigi for so long as time on the battery, we don't get newly appointed executive director, winner, lawyer Mohamed Al-Fakar, we for reason or the other, himself don't come in for campaign rule, and the stadium don't go now almost 7 to 8 years now. Up to now, we still expect the completion. From you as a journalist and member of the media, now the Sierra Leone Premier League board, which will be your message on that?
Look back at the events we lead to denting and the way we will do it. The stadium in the Lewan and other things. I think people are not being very dishonest in this country, and we gather with regards to our point today, because for all stadiums across the world, other side, we don't see Guinea don't renovate the stadium. Where they ban with stadium in 2022. We will play with qualifiers in Guinea. That was at the General National Contest Stadium. We will play there. Later, Denmark will get suspended. Denmark will get banned. We begin to play Liberia. By then now, from that period, we were banned in 2023. Then we will renovate 2 stadiums in the space within the space where they don't ban them. They don't renovate 2. The General National Contest Stadium and the September 28th Stadium. Salon, we not even done with the renovation for the National Stadium. We are just one venue. Imagine, during that period, of course, we also don't get another venue where the Senegalese president also been do now Senegal with less than what even we get. We are funding for renovated stadium in Abilibila. So all instances in there, let's just say we're very more dishonest with waiting they happen. Imagine it's $50 million project waiting for innovative stadium. They take this point or 50,000 as the case may be. So imagine that initially they reporting na 40. Now we come back because of certain things and we add now the venue, facility and other things, and don't increase them to 50. So all the things here. But I think with the new NSA boss coming in and then advocating for make we get solidarity and see how we get political will for making and take actions, and of course they also call about practicality in the business way. Then go urge practical and proceeding to make the involvement, everybody we involved in the process gets to the point where they're going to give the national stadium to the people of this country. It's a huge fun because you look at the struggles where Salome and the face where Leon Stars they play. If you say we accumulated 15 points in the history of qualifiers and Salon out of Freetown, we play out of Salon. We qualifiers, we accumulated 15 points, the highest.
Okay. We
don't still qualify. Other countries, they will get less than 15 points, they are into the World Cup. So imagine that if we don't get to that point, we could have qualified to the World Cup because we don't get venue, we struggle along the way.
Okay, thank you very much, Santigi Kamara. as time on the battery. Of course, we get few fixtures and few results inside the 2026 FIFA World Cup. As yesterday, we see Senegal being bowed by 2-3 against Norway, and Algeria self don't register their first win against Jordan by 2-1. And we see Portugal yesterday, you know, them don't register themselves their first win yesterday by 5-0 against Betizan. And we see England be get a 0-0 draw with Ghana yesterday, and Panama being lost to Croatia by 1-0. And inside today's fixture, of course, we get for see Morocco get for play Haiti, we get for see Scotland get for play Brazil, and of course yesterday Colombia themselves beat their Congo yesterday 1-0, and Bosnia-Herzegovina get for play Qatar inside today's fixture, and Switzerland get for play Canada inside today's fixture. These are some of the fixtures then we line up for we inside, you know, the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And with this, they come to the end of today's program. I want for use this opportunity for say plenty thank you to my producer we now Aissatou Ba and Gloria Williams. We happen for be today's producer, and plenty thank you to the man we, you know, make us we live now Facebook page we now Joseph Kanu, and we mainstream we now Rod Kamara. And of course, I want to say plenty thank you to the management of Amis Television. Till we see on Saturday, same time, same station, Mina Ishmael Gula. Stay tuned to Amis Television. I want to say bye-bye.